What's up, guys? Welcome back to Miami Dolphins Syndicate. As always, I'm your co-host, Donovan Quick, and I am in a little bit different environment today. I got Jacob.
What's up, guys?
Yep, he's over there in the corner while I'm recording this for y'all, but he's in timeout. So the Dolphins do have some news, but before we get to that, I want to say thank you guys so much for all the love you've been showing lately. We are almost to 700 subscribers. We're trying to push to 1,000 before the season starts. So please help us out with that. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, comment below on everything. And don't forget, every Wednesday, including this Wednesday, we'll be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we got a special announcement this Wednesday during that live stream, so make sure y'all tune in. It's going to be concerning the channel, not Dolphins related. But getting into it, Emanual Ogbah has now been fully cleared to participate in practice, training camp, everything. He can now do everything. Now, he did say it was a long shot, but he was aiming to return to the Dolphins last year if they made a deep playoff run. Unfortunately, that deep playoff run got stunted by a delay of game on fourth down, as we all know. Heartbroken, given we didn't have many expectations going into that game. So, can't really be too sad about that. But furthermore, he was explaining how this new defense fits him, and he was saying he could play inside, outside. He can put his fist in the ground, stand up. He can move around, kind of like amoeba style if he wants to, or if Vic Fangio wants him to. Now, we all know he's kind of fallen down the depth chart. You know, is he going to be higher than Andrew Van Ginkel? Is he going to be lower than Andrew Van Ginkel? We don't really know that as of yet. He's definitely our third best edge rusher at his best, but we don't know exactly what role he's going to have. My expectation is that he's going to be our third edge rusher, and we know Vic Fangio doesn't like to blitz a lot, so we could see him in those, maybe having him, Christian Wilkins, and maybe having him as a D tackle on some plays with Christian Wilkins instead of Zach Sealer, along on there with Chubb and Phillips. So that it's gonna be real interesting to see, because Vic Fangio, we all know he's been had a year off, and he's been trying to create this little defense that hasn't been seen before, like how he's watched tape like he never has before. He had a season off, and he has created, and he's talked about this defense that he's excited for people to see how good it is. And speaking of how good it is, can we talk about how good our cornerback group is once again? Like how deep it is through and through. Like we just signed an XFL corner, and he might not even make our practice squad. That's how deep we are at corner. And the Jalen Ramsey trade, it bumped us into the number one cornerback duo, given we were only there 2.5 years ago with Byron and X, but we all know Byron fell off a cliff, and then he got injured and never returned. So, but now we have the best quarterback unit in the NFL. So that's, across the board, depth-wise and everything, according to Mike Clay. He said the Jalen Ramsey trade bumped the Dolphins all the way up to number one, the Jets being number two, but it took the Rams all the way down to number 32, the last in the league, their cornerback unit. So that's pretty crazy in itself. And once again, this defense, it's going to be so good. I'm excited to see where certain players, like we have so many players that might not even play. Like how many snaps is Deshaun Elliott going to get? How many snaps is Andrew Van Ginkel going to get? Like once again, all these pieces in this defense, it's going to be crazy to kind of see who gets playing time. Like similar to how excited we were about the offense last year with Tyreek Hill, Waddle, Sherfield, Cedric Wilson, all these other pieces, Mostert, Jeff Wilson Jr., Alec Ingold, how we weren't sure who was getting the playing time, Mike Gesicki in there as well at the time. We weren't sure how that offense, how they were going to spread the time around. And this time around, it's like, how are we going to spread the time around on defense? And I think that we're so good at corner, like instead of having X and Jalen Ramsey play the full game on defense, I trust Nick Needham, I trust Kader Kohu, I trust True Will, and maybe even Cam Smith. I haven't seen him play in the NFL yet, obviously. but I trust those guys to go out there and take, 3-4 snaps for those guys in critical times when they need a breath. They're out there running with fast receivers every single down. It'd be interesting to see if Vic Fangio does that and rotates, people in and out like we've never really seen before, because that's how deep we are. And what that can help with later in the season also is health. And that's one thing we haven't had on defense in a couple years is health. So giving these guys rest makes them healthier, makes them fresher for the playoffs. Then we can have a deep run in the playoffs. Maybe we can win a playoff game before I say deep run in the playoffs. But, let's just get to the playoff game. But, yeah, that's what I got for y'all today. Thanks for showing all the love. Thanks for coming with me on this journey. Jacob, too. Say bye, Jacob. Yer. All right. Thank you guys very much. Don't forget to tune in on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I got for y'all. And deuces.